We welcome you to Houston, Texas. I'm Ed Cohen with the former Chicago Bulls guard Jay Williams. And Jay, from the land of the space program, we're ready for takeoff.
That's right, and they're letting those threes fly from everywhere on the court. Let's see if this team can win a third championship.
Ready to go here from Toyota Center. Let's gear up for the opening tip. Jay, many saw this coming for the Rockets. Their goal was to seize home court advantage in the West. They did in the regular season. No one saw this coming. From Indiana, the reason, Victor Oladipo.
And a lot of people in Indiana didn't even see this one coming. Indiana fans in particular, because they were throwing up an outrage for the fact that management got rid of the likes of Paul George, a perennial all-star. But Nate McMillan knew exactly what they were doing. You bring in a guy like Victor Oladipo, a guy who played at Indiana University, that can get everybody else to buy in. And this team is one of the most efficient offenses due to the fact that they play fast, averaging 109 points per 100 possessions. That's the best offense they've had since their 1994-95 season.
Pacers fans came around. Jay, think about this. Nate McMillan, a stalwart defender in his days with Seattle as a player. Now his team, an offensive juggernaut as a head coach. To Westbrook. Trying to cash in. Shot by Westbrook off the mark.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Jay, sum it up. Why was Victor Oladipo the most improved last year?
Because he was no longer Robin. Victor Oladipo has become Batman, and he attacks the game the same way Russell Westbrook does. That short stint at OKC taught Victor Oladipo how to compete 24/7.
Gordon with it. Down 2. Oh, the Pacers come away with the steal.
I'm hearing some boos from the crowd. They know, just like I know, you're not getting back on D.
Oh, emphatic slam.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Russ at the controls. Straight down the middle of the lane. Way to punch it home. You can try and body him up, but he'll still run right through you.
It's the way he attacks that makes him so dangerous. He chips off a piece of your body one possession at a time. First it's your arm, then it's your leg, and then inevitably it's your soul.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Oladipo. Shot clock winding down. Has a chance. Shot by Warren misses. Straight on look. To Turner. Old school. Backs his man. Harden in possession. Trailing by 4. Westbrook. They work it to Capella. Down low. Slam dunk.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked.
To Oladipo. Screen coming. To Turner. Clint Capella rejects it.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Westbrook to Harden. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
To Turner. Nothing going here on that drive. To Turner. Oladipo. The screen sets him up for 2.
That was a tough shot. The guy was in your pocket. He even contested the shot. Everything was going according to plan until then.
Gordon with it. Down just a couple. Westbrook. Nothing going here on that drive. Gordon, defended by Warren. Shot clock coming down to 4. Down to 3. Shot by Westbrook won't go. And the reward, a couple of shots at the line.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number one, to see if they'll get caught. And number two, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
Knocks down the first. And gets both to drop at the line. Harden has it up the floor. James Harden, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
I've seen him float so much on the perimeter, I forgot he even had that kind of physical presence. Good to see him beating up on people down low again.
Oladipo. Westbrook into the front court. The score 10-8. To Harden. It's a big finish.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Jay, no question, the Pacers were the surprise of the NBA last year. What are your expectations for them now?
Top 4 seed in the Eastern Conference, and it all starts with Victor Oladipo. Last year, he was the guy, but this year, he needs to become the man.
Oh, Miles Turner missed his first. That one goes.
It's so difficult to block a guy like that with that kind of athleticism and length. Your timing almost has to be perfect, but pretty much there's no stopping him when he's around the rim.
Pacers with the possession. Oladipo. Screen coming. Off the assist.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Harden with it up top. 14-13 our score. It's a 1-point game. And 2 more points. The defense had him, but the good shooters find a way.
Look, the Rockets don't take too many mid-range jumpers. Actually, last season, they led the league in 3-point attempts. Glad to see them actually find a 2-point shot relevant these days.
Here comes the screen. To Turner. From long range. Too versatile. Miles Turner hits the wide-open shot.
Great shot by the offense. But the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide-open 3.
Miles Turner able to recover with the block.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Domantas Sabonis at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Free throw good to finish off the 3. Houston with the basketball. Here comes the screen. The drive. Right, got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Miles Turner with a piece.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Oladipo into the front court. Up 5. Oh, leaves the defender in the dust. add 2 points to the board.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. Them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
To Turner. To Harden. Going to launch beyond the arc. How's that for a start? 14 points in this first quarter as he knocks down the three.
And look, I know this requires great conditioning on the defensive part, but you have to start denying him the ball. Make him catch the ball further away from the basket.
A pass taken away by the Rockets. To P.J. Tucker. Out of bounds the call off P.J. Tucker. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. It's Indiana basketball. Oladipo guarded by Gerald Green. Oh, bad pass as the Rockets come away with it. Gerald Green slams it down. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Harden in possession. Down 5. To Gerald Green. Oh, a lot of contact. Shots no good and no foul. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Here comes the screen. Now a steal as the Rockets have it. Gets to the basket and scores.
I 100% guarantee you that was not the play call, but a bucket is a bucket.
Here comes the screen. McDermott here against P.J. Tucker. Here's a chance from long range. The rebound belongs to Houston. Harden into the front court. Down a point. To P.J. Tucker. It's a turnover as they head the other way. To the rim. Flushes down the slam. Ah, Jay, no question. There's an unspoken bond there.
Just on the same wavelength. And how about this? Sometimes a bad pass is a great pass when you have somebody as athletic as that can catch that anywhere and slam it down.
That one's going to be out of bounds. Changes coming from both sides right now. From the painted area, won't go down. Indiana with the basketball. Nothing going here on that drive. To Oladipo. Here comes the screen. Harden to P.J. Tucker. To Harden. Has a look. Gets a look. Can't hit.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning the ankle on that landing.
Now it's Harden, controlling the offense. Knocks it down from mid-range. The challenge defending a guy who can be a 1 or a 2.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He is a scorer and an elite passer.
Harden with the basketball. They're down 3. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Hey, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
James Harden trying to cash in on the three-point play. A career 85% free throw shooter. And he knocks it down at the line. Pacers control. Oh, great defense there, forcing the pickup. Fires the 3. They dared him, and he burns them.
And I just hear my high school coach preaching this thing to me. NBA, it's all about spacing. And when you have guys who are lethal three-point shooters and they understand spacing, oh, that whole floor opens up, and that's a thing of beauty to watch.
Baseline drive, deep right corner. Nice pass to set things up.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning. When you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Corner 3 at the buzzer, and a three-pointer at the buzzer for good measure. What a finish to the opening period. A great stretch here to start the game. Advantage. Back with more on a Sunday night after this. This is the NBA, and it's on EA Sports. One quarter down, and Jay, you know both coaches wanted to see more stops on the defensive end, but was that fun to watch or what?
It was great to watch, and both teams were on fire. But, Ed, let me bring you inside one of the huddles. These teams are fiery. I heard one player say, we got to draw a line. We got to fight. We got to continue to compete. Get up in somebody's face. The effort will be there in the second quarter.
Pacers with the possession. Lamb matched up with Harden. Probing the defense. Oladipo to Turner. Miles Turner slams it down.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Driving right to the basket. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Kenneth Faried with the block.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
To P.J. Tucker. Plenty of contact. The shot no good. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
I was expecting the dish there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
It's Indiana basketball. Oladipo against Tucker. Takes stock of the floor. A pass taken away by the Rockets. Won't go down. To Oladipo. Gets it in the right corner. Lets it fly from long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
And if you're on D right now, if you're off on the weak side, stunt towards the driver. That means fake at him. Don't overcommit. Stunt, then get back to you or stay at home. Force him to make one of those passes or force him to take a crazy shot at the rim.
To the rim. Lays it up and in.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
James Harden at the controls. To Fareed. Gerald Green. Fires the three. That's off the side of the rim. Short. Harden in possession. They trail by 7. Lets it fly from beyond the arc, and James Harden, not sure why he was so wide open there.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
Oladipo. Here comes the screen. Short jumper off the mark.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short on the shot.
2-point shot for James Harden. Not going down for him this time. On the follow. Way to stay with it. Now whistle, and Indiana is going to use a timeout as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point ball game. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Oladipo. And the rebound comes down to the Rockets. It's Harden. Brings the ball up. To P.J. Tucker. Down to Fareed. Nice pass to get things going.
Which way do you want it, Ed? Lefty, righty? He can finish with either.
Oladipo into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Trying to cash in. Not that time. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Oladipo into the front court. They trail by 2. From the outside, no good.
See, when good shooters catch, they just shoot. When bad shooters catch, they become hesitant, reluctant. That's the first sign of a guy that doesn't have confidence.
Oladipo into the front court. Down 4. To Turner. For 3. Knocks it down.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
To Harden. Miles Turner sends it away.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
To Oladipo. Turner. Beyond the arc for 3. It's good.
You live by the 3, you die by the 3. And guess what? They're living large right now.
Harden with it up top. Down 2. The drive, right to the basket. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
James Harden at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. Hasn't missed yet. Hits the free throw. Oladipo into the front court. Down by 1. Here comes the screen. Brogdon. Throws it down.
Look, do I love the versatility offensively of Domantas Sabonis? Yes. Well, let me tell you why I love even more. Sometimes you need somebody who just gives a hard screen. Somebody to put the defender right on their back. Send a message. That's what Sabonis brings to the table.
Driving right to the basket. Right down Broadway. 4-2.
When the ball is in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Indiana with the basketball. Oladipo. Goes to the right side. Nothing going here on that drive. Shot by Warren, no good.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
Tough make through traffic.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Harden in possession. They trail by 1. To Fareed. Shot from in close, no good. To Oladipo. For 3. And Victor Oladipo, quick catch and shoot that time for 3.
And it just seems like the defense has lethargic closeouts. You need to close out with more of a sense of urgency. Run them off the three-point line. Make them take a tough 2 rather than an easy 3.
Nothing going here on that drive. Harden down to Fareed. Shot from the lane won't go. A bad pass as the Rockets come away with it.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. Is called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
To Oladipo. From long range, they were all over Oladipo. Missed the shot.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Oh, big finish at the rim.
So many people think making assists is creating something razzle and dazzle. Sometimes giving the ball up early is the right play and the most efficient.
Westbrook to Harden. Count the basket inside.
For a smaller player, you have to be more creative with your imagination when you finish with those shots around the rim. For the audience, that may look difficult, but for the player himself, that's what they practice every single day.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Oladipo. Here comes the screen. Oladipo. Over to the right side. Oladipo. Yes. Give the advantage to the shooter.
And watching all these great shooters on the floor at once, it almost mesmerizes me. It's like you're watching the shot in slow motion, the backspin. It gives off the feel that the ball's going in every time.
And a chance coming up at the line.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
James Harden, couple of free throws on the way. He's perfect from the line so far. First free throw is good.
Good shot, buddy. Good shot, buddy.
Two for two on that trip. Oladipo into the front court. Leads three. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Domantas Sabonis trying to cash in on a three-point play. Hasn't missed yet. Off the mark at the line. Westbrook into the front court. 5-point game. To the basket is Harden, but his shot's no good. To Oladipo. Great defense there, forcing the pickup. To Oladipo. Brogdon to Turner. Oh, Miles Turner. Terrific shooting. He's 4 for 5.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball, and there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
To Fareed. Rockets with 4 to shoot. Has a chance. Fareed, a shot won't go.
And it's never a great thing when you're talking to yourself the entire next possession about the shot you just missed. Now you know you're in that player's head mentally.
Oh, had him going there for a second. To Oladipo. Going to launch beyond the arc. And Victor Oladipo, good from the outside.
And this squad just continues to light it up from long range. One of the things I learned about teams like this, teams that fall in love with a three-point shot, as quickly as they built the lead, is as quickly as they can lose it if they're over-reliant on the three-point shot.
Victor Oladipo with the slam.
Now transition offense was flawless when guys fan out and actually fill the lanes with a sense of urgency. You heard me correctly, a sense of urgency. You will get a great shot every possession.
Time for some new personnel into the game. Harden to Capella. From the painted area, won't go down. Here comes the screen. To Turner. Now a steal as the Rockets have it. Harden knocked loose. Pacers have it.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Has a look. Open look, and he buries it. Defense has to wake up.
One of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Just inside the arc, at the buzzer. Time expires to end the first half with the Pacers way out in front.
It's time for the Rose Report at halftime, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. The Pacers will start the second half with a decent lead. Clearly, the number of three-pointers these guys scored in the first half was incredible. And if they can keep that up, it's going to be tough to keep that team down. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Indiana Pacers. The Rockets were in need of a bit more scoring if they wanted the halftime lead. They've been scrappy, doing their best to be competitive. We'll see if their efforts are more rewarded in the second half. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Houston Rockets.
Game track. Bench points.
The Houston Rockets are getting enough bench production in this contest. Their reserves need to step up and start making an impact in this game.
Player of the half.
Oladipo has already put together a pretty nice highlight reel for himself, and that's just after one half of basketball. He did a lot of scoring, and it probably won't stop anytime soon. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Fellas, back to you.
First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. Westbrook with it, trailing by 14. To Harden. And he's fouled. Nice move that time, and he's going to the line for 2.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
James Harden at the line for 2 shots. He's perfect from the line so far. And he connects on the first free throw.